mean, I know there's some very reputable places that you can purchase your watches on. I like going somewhere and picking it up, feeling it. It helps me with the decision making of what it is that I want. The whole buying experience of a watch is good for me.
Welcome to Watch Smarts, where smart people get smarter about watches. I'm your host, David Newman. Let's jump right in. Stand tall, Steve. Welcome to the Watch Smarts podcast. Great to have you.
Hey, man, this is awesome. I am so excited to be here. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. Thanks for having me, man.
So you never know which of my friends, colleagues, buddies is a watch nut. And it turns out you are, in fact, a watch nut. My first question is, what is your earliest memory or your earliest connection with watches, either as a kid or growing up or high school, or when did this whole craziness start?
Well, it started when I was a kid. My father, all right, my dad, he'd always have a watch on, he's old school, baby boomer kind of a thing. And he always had a watch on. Now, I was very proud of my father. My father grew up extremely poor in West Virginia. Went to the military, ended up going to college, got a degree in mathematics and physics. He got himself out. So I was proud of my father in the fact that he was an African-American man that went to a job where he wore a shirt and tie and a suit every day. And so he always had a watch on, and he would always take his watch off. And I always used to play with his watch. It was heavy, and I had no idea what kind of watch that it was. And then when he would get a new watch, look at my new watch, stuff like that. And so I was like, okay, success means you wear a watch. And growing up, I mean, I've had little watches and things like that, but I tend to really gravitate to having a half decent watch on your wrist. And there you go, because of my dad. And my dad had that watch.
Do you remember the first watch that you got or that you bought early on that kid phase?
The kid phase, I don't remember, I've had different watches. I remember when I was in middle school, it was a black and orange watch.
Yeah.
I got it from Kmart, and it did a bunch of stuff. And I remember it had the little eye on there. It wrapped around whatever that race is. It'll come back to me. And I had that watch. I thought I was the man because I could, click through. I could get at least 2 or 3 time zones on it, even though I wasn't leaving New Jersey. I had, the time zones going. I thought and I remember drawing a picture of the watch. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. So yeah, that's one of my big ones that I had when I was growing up.
Very fun.
And I used my own money from delivering newspapers to buy it myself. So there you go.
Excellent. That's amazing. And then what was the moment that you went from, I have one watch or I love watches to, hey, I think I need more than one or two. And you went from loving watches to the collecting bug.
Yeah, it was, throughout my youth and pretty much most of the time I was growing up, I just had a watch here or there. I had a couple watches. It wasn't until I went on a cruise. I can see your face. You're like, oh, here we go, right? So I went on a cruise with the family, and they had a little workshop, so to speak, a little lecture on watches. Now, obviously, they're setting you up for when you get to port, and then all the watch people are going to dive in on you. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go sit in and listen to these watch people and listen to it. So they went there and they started talking about watches, the different brands of watches, what they were and everything. And that I didn't know. Up to that point, I just looked at, well, this looks like a good looking watch. I like it. I grabbed it. I wore it and, whatever like that. But then I was like, TAG Heuer. Oh, okay. Omega. Oh, okay. All right. So, okay. I started really learning in that little 45-minute presentation about it. And so then when we get to port, of course, I go and I buy my first TAG Heuer, and that's when it kicked off. So over the last, I'd say 10 years, that's when it's been Zoom with me with watches. It has been a Zoom with me with watches at that point.
That is great. Well, I know that you have a little show and tell. Let's walk us through your couple of favorites and maybe some of the stories that are tied to them. And obviously for our folks that are only listening and they don't get to watch the video, we'll do a little description just in case they can't see it.
Yes. All right. So this is my TAG Heuer Formula One. This is the one that I got off of the ship. Yeah, the cruise ship. It's nice. It's gray. It does what it's supposed to.
Chronograph, really nice and chunky.
Nice and chunky chronograph. It's solid on the back. You can't see through or anything like that. Yeah. But I love this one. Nice suit with a outfit or something that you have on it. It's really good. I appreciate that one quite a bit. But this is the one that kind of got the juices really flowing for me as it relates to that. And then I can honestly say this is probably my favorite one. It is my Hamilton Field. This is my everyday. Here we go. Let's go. Let's pop it on. Let's go. It's hard to see in there, but it has the 24-hour numbers on the inside, so you can do military time. You got your date in there. It's in the back. You can kind of open and see it. It's comfortable. It's lightweight. When I travel, this is my go-to, because everybody has in your, you have all your different watches, but you have certain ones that are your go-to that you grab right away all the time. And that's the one that you wear more than anything. So
absolutely. And that Hamilton Field watch is kind of a timeless classic.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I literally bought this at the airport, Philadelphia airport. There was a place there called Time After Time. They've closed up since. But you probably saw them there, and I probably go there all the time. That's where I got that one from there. And then I got my my Tudor Root Beer.
Oh, very nice. The black and the brown, the root beer combo.
Yeah, the red root beer combo. I got this at the Mall of America at Watches of Switzerland. So I got that one there because I love the root beer one. I've always wanted to have the Tudor root beer. I saw it. I was actually in Saudi Arabia. I was speaking in Saudi Arabia, and I was out and about, and I saw the Tudor root beer at a spot. And because of the cost of it, and I'm in another country, my credit card place said, "Oh, you can't buy it." And they was like, "This fraud." It wasn't. I was trying to get a watch, but I couldn't get it. So when I was in Minnesota, I was there at the Mall of America. I was watching around. I saw it. I had the money. I was like, "Okay, let's go for it." So I got. You
literally just like popped into a watch store and you happened to see it right there in the case.
I saw it right there in the case, and I was like, "Oh, don't!" And they're like, "Do you want to see it?" I'm like, "No." Yes. And then they're like, "You want to put it on?" No. Yes. And then I did. And then this one's nice because, you're able to get all the different time zones on it. Has some weight to it, kind of a little chunky, and all those kind of things. But this was nice. I really enjoyed that one. That was my joy. Enjoyed that one. I have a wide, before I do that, the one I'm wearing right now, this is, again, one of my favorite ones, my TAG Heuer Monaco. For those who are not seeing this, it's all silver, it has a Lynx blue face, very, very classic one. I love wearing this one, especially when I speak on stages and stuff with the blue suit or whatever like that. That's one of my favorites.
And that's the famous square case watch made famous by Steve McQueen in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yes, made famous by Steve McQueen. Again, on a cruise ship.
We got to get you off these cruise ships, man. Right? Come on.
Yeah, I got a cruise ship, got on there, and I saw that, and I was like, ooh, that's a nice one. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get it. The wife was like, all right, go ahead and get it. And so I was able to get this one. And so I really like that.
So this one sounds like you bought it from the gift shop on the ship.
Yes. So I got it at they have a gift shop, but they had some nice things. At the time, I was thinking I wanted to get either a Grand Seiko or an Omega. Yeah. And, I was looking at the ones that they had. Nothing really jumped out at me. And I walked a little bit further down and I saw this one. I'm like, oh, they have it. And I was like, yeah. So I was able to get that one. I got all hyped up and everything. So I got two TAG Heuers, my Formula One, and then I have this one here. So that's the ones that I really love.
Quick commercial break here to ask you, have you seen all of the cool resources, downloads, and guides waiting for you at watchsmarts.com? Go check it out. You'll love it. So yeah. I'm gonna say something a little bit judgmental in your favor. You don't collect crap. Like, all of your watches are like serious watches. It's not like, oh, I saw this thing on Amazon. It looked cool. It was $30. You're not seduced by the cheap, shiny, or the Chinese watches or any of these kinds of things.
I try not to. I mean, do I have some cheapo watches? Yeah, I do. I got a couple of those, but I like a quality watch. And if you got a quality watch on your wrist, that's okay. That's good. Now, I do have some cheaper, like, for example, Swatch. I have the Swatch watches. I loved the Planets. When they had the combo with Swatch and Omega. So I have all of those. So those of you who can't see, I got Mars, I got Saturn, I got Neptune, I have Jupiter. I also got the Moonwatch. And these things, if you feel them, they feel like little plastic whatevers.
Yes.
They're not super, there we go. They're not super bulky, heavy, or fancy, but I do like a nice little collection. So I went out and I got, and this is the Snoopy one. You can't see with all the lights and everything, but This is the white one of the planets. It's the Moon Snoopy one. So it's really nice. And
so did you get those during the big kind of release craze where people are lining up around the store, or you waited for that to calm down?
I had to wait for that to calm down. I knew that it was happening. Yeah. Okay. There's no Swatch store close by where I'm living here. So you would have had to make a trek somewhere to get it. Yeah. So my first one of these, Mall of America, speaking of, whenever I go and I travel and I speak, I got Mars. Yeah. And then when I'm up in New York City, I was speaking at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. Speaking
there, there's a Swatch store really close by.
Yeah, it's very close. It's like right down there on the corner. Yeah. So then I got Saturn, and then I back in Minnesota again. I got Neptune. I was there, and then I don't know where I was that I got the Snoopy one. But yeah, just whenever I can get them, or if I'm at a Swatch store somewhere. Yeah. And I go and I go. Now, I am mistaken. This one I got Jupiter. I got that one in Amsterdam, at a Swatch store in Amsterdam. So I was over there speaking, and I saw a Swatch store there, so I got one over there as well. But yeah, going like the whole craze where everybody was lining up and all around the, I just couldn't do that. I just couldn't do it. So whenever I go into one, I say, what do you have? Which ones do you have? And if they have something in stock and I have the money, I'll grab it then. I'll grab it then.
Yes. Now, it sounds like there's another interesting pattern emerging here, Steve. It sounds like you buy most of your watches in person as opposed to online.
Yes. You know what it is? It's like, I know there's some very reputable places that you can purchase your watches on. I like going somewhere and picking it up, feeling it. It helps me with the decision-making of what it is that I want. The whole buying experience of a watch is good for me. I like that. Now, I did get one. Which one was this? I got this one, Amazon. All right. Seiko 5 GMT. I love the orange. This is a silver with a black rim around and orange on the interior, GMT. I wanted a Seiko 5 so bad. I just really wanted a Seiko 5. And most of your Seikos, you're going to get them online. You just are. Granted, they're around all over the place. But this one I got online. And when I got it, the box comes in and, you open it up. Oh, this is great. But I love the buying experience. So I missed out on the buying experience of that one. So yeah, just being in person, talking it up with somebody else about it, it just makes it feel better. It just does.
Yeah. No, that's great. Do people in your life notice your watches? Like you mentioned about your wife was encouraging you to go in, but colleagues, friends, peers, other family members, aunts, uncles, do they notice or care about watches, especially your watches?
No. I don't think so. When I'm out and about and I'm speaking, there are people that will, hey, nice watch. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So when they do, I take pride in it. It is interesting. The whole thing of watches, we're paying all this money for these fancy things. Whatever. They do the same thing.
Yes.
They tell the time. It is for personal satisfaction. And I feel pride and I'm happy because I have it. Is it nice to get some adoration or, some people saying some nice things about it? Yeah, it is. It's actually more exciting when you find somebody who's also a watch person. But I do it because I feel good when I wear these watches. It does a little something for me, and I don't need the applause or anything else. And, so people know. They're like, oh, what watch you got now? But when they're saying it like that, it's, you know what they're saying. Oh, what watch you got now? You got all those watches. And I'm like, okay, I know what you're doing here. Okay. And then I play into it.
It sounds like we have the same family members.
Yeah.
It's like this is like a classic father-in-law line, right? In my case, it's my father-in-law, where he'll ask a question that's really kind of ribbing in disguise.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you don't even care. You're just giving me a hard time.
I call those setup questions. It's a setup question. It's a question, but it's setting it up. And it's like, you know what? Fine. I'll go for it. I'll take the
right.
Date. Yeah. How much does that one cost you on your arm? Yeah. Mine does the same thing. Yeah. I know.
So funny.
So
when you're out and about, so we talked about people noticing your watches, but when you're out and about, what makes you stop and look twice at a watch? What's your watch radar tuned for?
Oh, okay. Well, here, I'm going to give a secret of what I do. All right. So I'm a professional speaker. All right. I travel a lot. I'm on planes a lot. So if you're getting onto a plane, I always try to get a seat on the left side if you're looking down the aisle. And I like to sit at the aisle. The reason why is I want to see people's watches when they walk by, because most people have their watch on their left hand. And I literally sit there as people come onto the plane and I'm like, smartwatch. Smartwatch. What is that? Breitling. Oh, okay. Very nice. And then the next person comes by, smartwatch. No watch. What? Why do they have their watch on their right arm? That's weird. Oh, this one. Oh, they got so I do that. I am a secret watch looker. So I like chronographs. I'm kind of drawn to those. It's easy to pick one of those because there's bits and pieces that are popping out from it. I have a good number of Invicta watches, which are big, huge watches. So you can see people who have those big Invicta watches. I'm 6'7" for those people who can't see me or I'm sitting in this little box here. Right. I'm a big guy. So I can pull off a big watch, a bigger or heavier watch. So I have some Invictas. So I like looking for people who have Invicta watches, chronographs, bigger watches and things like that. I'm always looking to see if I can find a crown of a Rolex because I do not have a Rolex. I don't. So, I actually struck up a couple of conversations on the plane with some people about their watches and just like, hey, what do you have there? And, and I show them mine and we chatted up a little bit.
So your situation with the Rolex reminds me, do you keep like a running kind of wish list or do you, man, someday I got to get one of these and I'm really loving one of these. And how do you keep track of your ultimate bucket list for watches?
I didn't bring that with me, but I have a small booklet that I've written down different watches that I think that I would like coming up. Like there's a Grand Seiko that I've seen, nice blue face on it. I would love to get that one there. There's an Omega Master that I thought would be really nice down the line. There's a couple different Rolexes. Who knows whatever year that I can actually get one of those or afford those. I would love to round out my TAG Heuer with the Aqua Tracer. I got a Formula One. I got the Monaco. I wouldn't mind an Aqua Tracer on that one as well. I'm fine with Tudor. I don't need, once I got my Root Beer Tudor, I'm good. I don't need GMT. I'm good. I don't need another Seiko. I would like to get the rest of the planets from Swatch. But other than that, Rolex, Grand Seiko, Omega, the rest of the planets, TAG Heuer, I'd be good. I think
that's for the foreseeable future, because, of course, once you have those in the collection, then we add 3 or 4 more to the bucket list.
I know. That's usually what happens. But in my mind right now, I'm trying to stay, if I get those, I'm good.
Yes. That is a very admirable level of wishful thinking.
Admirable level of wishful thinking. That's exactly what it is. Now, here's something, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So, I guess about 4 or 5 years ago, I saw on Kickstarter, I think it was Kickstarter, this group called Creamy Patina. Creamy Patina. And what they were doing is, I don't know if you are you familiar with this group?
I am not, but it's such a great name.
Okay, Creamy Patina. And they were getting money to kickstart cufflinks that are watches that work. So I invested. So I was one of the first ones, and I got these cufflinks that are watches that are real watches. Like they click through and everything. I got that one, and I got 2 of them. Two sets.
That looks like a little Submariner, right? It's like the dive watch
like
with the black bezel.
Little Submariner.
And then there's a Daytona.
And a Daytona. Yes. And so they've got a Cartier looking one and another one.
That's so great.
So, yes. So sometimes I have 3 watches on. I'll have my actual watch, and then I'll have 2 cufflinks that are watches that are working. And these are working watches. And if you want to get the battery placed on it, you kind of reach out to them and they can replace the batteries and stuff on it, whatever like that. But yeah, I love that. I love the fact that I have these. And they're a little thick, they're a little bulky for those of you who are looking here, which is fine. Again, I'm a big guy, so I can really pull it off here. But I love these.
Plus when you have the the French cuffs, right? You're already folding it over once, so it's not bulk is not that noticeable on cufflinks.
You are correct. Bulk is not as noticeable on cufflinks. And then, especially if you got a suit on, that's underneath. You got your suit that goes over top a little bit. You do this. You shake your arm out a little extra long in order to check your time so that people can see. Oh, what is that on your arm? Oh, you noticed. Oh dear, you did. And they
I don't usually like to show it off. That's why I flicked it 5 times.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, oh, this daggone jacket. Oh, yes, you saw it.
Funny.
Yeah, but I love it.
So in your own watch, learning, collecting, enjoying, what took you way too long to understand about watches, or what do you wish you had learned sooner?
Have a plan. Because you listen to a blog, you listen to amazing podcasts such as this, you watch your videos. Teddy Baldassar, I watch his YouTube. And you get caught up fast. Like, oh, I got to have that one. Oh, that would make me so good. Have a little bit of a plan. Like now I have a plan. I want a couple more. I want a TAG Heuer to round out of 3. I want to get the rest of the Planet ones. I have a bit of a plan. But in the beginning, I was just grabbing all kind of stuff. I can't even begin to tell you the stuff that I have. I got this other titanium Invicta thing. And, it's nice and all, but I didn't need this.
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't need this one. There's a few other ones I really didn't need and such, but I got a little caught up. And then I'm like, oh, I need a green one. I got a green outfit somewhere. So you went and you go grab a green one, and it's like, well, wait, how often do you wear your green outfit? It's just, So yeah, having a plan so you're not just spending frivolously. I mean, there's the aftermarket for watches where you can sell them and all that, but you're not going to get back what you put out. So, just have a bit of a plan as to what it is that you're doing.
Now, I do enjoy the different colored dials. So, for example, Ratio makes this amazing mint green dial. And I love that color. It's very unusual. So I grabbed one of those. And then I realized, wait a second, they have this yellow dial that really pops. So I got to get the yellow dial. But I'm not going to get 10 more mint green watches. Like that one checked the box.
Checks the box, yeah.
The one that I have in my head, and you don't see hardly any watches like this. I have no idea why. Have you ever seen a nice purple dial watch, or like one of those purple sunburst dials that have the different kind of shades? Purple's an unusual color in the watch world.
It is. It is. I got my daughter when she graduated high school, because when my son graduated high school, I got him a really nice G-Shock, because he and I, we went on a whitewater rafting trip through Utah and Colorado on the river, 5 days on the river, camping, whitewater. We did that. And I got him a good G-Shock. Yeah. And so when my baby girl, when she graduated, I got her, and she loves purple, and she went to High Point University in North Carolina, and their colors are purple and white.
Yeah.
So I got her a nice Coach, purple Coach. I looked long and hard for this purple watch. I mean, Coach, is good. It is what it is. But I would agree with you. Finding purple anywhere. I got a Swatch watch. It's purplish. I mean, it's more red, but it has little purple hues and tones into it a little bit there. That's a nice Swatch one. My wife found one that is kind of purplish as well. But I would love to find, that would be a nice one to have. It's a nice dial, purple, kind of sunburst out. Maybe something deeper.
We need to keep each other posted. So if I find one, I'll let you know. If you find one, you let me know.
I definitely. Yeah. You know who would probably do something like that? Oris might do something like that. Because isn't that Oris who has the Kermit Green one? Who has that one that in the date Kermit, the frog actually pops in there? They had a dial that was like a limeish green.
Yeah.
Is it Oris? I think it was, or something like that. But,
I do remember seeing that Kermit design. Yeah, I don't remember. I think you're probably right. You're probably right.
But somebody should come up with a nice purple dial. That would be a good one to have. You're right. We'll keep each other posted on that one. We find
exactly. Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned Teddy Baldassar. You mentioned obviously the blogs, the YouTube channels, the podcasts. In your experience, what do you feel is an underrated watch or an underrated watch brand that does not get a lot of love online, does not get the magazine covers and the YouTubers excited? And maybe it's Oris, actually. Maybe it's Oris.
It might be. Oris is one, I would think.
Or something that you like that you don't hear a lot about. Like some brand that you follow that's like, hey, why is no one talking about this?
There are boulevards all over the place. Like, they're absolutely all over the place, but they have quality watches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a boulevard commercial, but they're everywhere. You can grab them anytime. Each of them are really decent watches. I've gotten some really nice watches from them. I have at least 3 of them. That's one that I like. I really do. I like them. They do a quality watch. I got this one. I wear this one a lot. This blue one here with the white dial on it. And I can switch out the band from this leather band or have a link band with it. Yeah. And it hits. It gets, actually, I get a lot of attention from it. I actually like them. I know some people are like, oh, that's the lower end of high-end watches or whatever. I don't care. I
think Bulliva's great.
Bulliva's great. Bulliva is very good. I got this one as well, this Bulliva one. It's really nice. It's basic, black. It does the job. It's a good weight to it and everything. Yeah.
Bulliva also has that amazing, very high frequency quartz movement called Precisionist, where the second hand, it moves almost as smooth. Some would say even smoother than a mechanical watch.
Yeah.
That it's literally just, it's like butter. It's just continuous movement. You can't tell any ticking whatsoever.
Yeah. And if all of them are at a price point that's sensible, I think.
Yes.
They don't think too prestigiously of themselves, but yet they don't think too low of themselves. They make it available so that the everyday person can get one of those, and you got a quality good watch. Even for those who are not collectors, you can get one of those and you can dress it up. You could, there's so many different varieties in there. I really like Bulliva a lot.
Yeah. And American company. A lot of people do not know that Bulliva is an American company.
American company. It is. Yes. American company. Definitely. 100%. And I mean, I like Hamilton. Again, I got my one Hamilton here. A lot of these Hamilton ones, it's the everyday man kind of watch. Just, and again, they started out with Lancaster, PA.
That's right. Exactly right.
Yeah, that's around near us, and I'm in New Jersey, you're in PA. But them starting there, Hamilton, every Hamilton watch is easy to read.
Yes.
It's just a simple, easy face. They got the numbers that are clear. Yeah, I really like the Hamilton Bulliva basic everyday man, everyday woman kind of a watch.
And I'm not saying I'm getting older, but as I'm getting older, I do appreciate more legibility on a watch dial.
I'm with you on that. And as much as I like a date, you put a date on the watch and I can't see the date. It's just like some of these
so tiny.
They're so tiny. Like the one, I love my Monaco, but it's at the 6th and there's no way, I don't know what day it is. There's no way in the world I'm going to know what day that's going to be. But yet on my Swatch watch right here, I can see very clear. It's a big old circle right there. And I like it when you have the magnification. I think one of these have the magnification. Yeah, my Seiko, they have the bubble. So that you got the magnification there. So, yeah.
Hey, David Newman here with a quick commercial break. Have you seen our social media channels that have video snippets from our favorite interviews? Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, back to the episode. I was talking to another guest, and we were talking about this legibility issue. And he says, do you know why dive watches have very high contrast, very strong legibility? And I said, no. Because any good host would say no.
No, yeah.
Even if I know, which I didn't, the answer is, tell me. So he told me, he says, well, not only are you diving, but when you're diving, your mask will often cloud up, right? So you have condensation in your mask. Now you have to read this watch that's on your wrist, and you really need to know what time it is. Otherwise, you might run out of air. So they, legibility and perhaps even over-indexing on legibility for a dive watch is super important because of the conditions that people use those watches, right? Their vision is already kind of compromised. Yeah. It needs to be big, clear, bold, and easy and obvious to read.
Hey, who knew? Well, apparently he did, but
apparently he did.
That's something. Now I know. This is giving me something else to chit chat about.
Exactly.
Continual speaking of knowledge, that I'll say.
That's right. Exactly. We have to have the watch knowledge, the watch family knowledge. If you had a friend, Steve, just getting into watches right now, maybe someone listening or a friend, family member.
Now I know.
Oh man, you know what? I'd love to start getting
exactly.
Well, speaking of
knowledge,
best advice, that's right. Exactly. We have to have the watch knowledge, the watch family knowledge. If you had a friend, Steve, just getting into watches right now, maybe someone listening or a friend, family member that, oh man, you know what? I'd love to start getting into watches. What's your best advice for them?
Oh, well, number one, get what you like. Number one, it has to look good on your arm. And how are you going to use it? You want to get into watches? Are you somebody who, you know what, I put on a shirt and tie once a year. Well, then you don't need a nice looking fancy watch. Something that you can, if you want an everyday watch, think about your lifestyle. What is it that you do? What is it that you need? And then go from there. Like my son, he loves he looks at my watches and think they're all great. He's not dressing up every other day either. Right. So, when I got him a G-Shock, that worked for him. He's going to college. He loves black and red. I got him a black one with red highlights on it. Most of his outfits that he wears has black and red in it. That's just his color scheme. So that's what I got him. And he wears that joker every day. And then as he's a junior going into his senior year, he has a couple of networking things. He went and got himself a nicer looking watch. So for anybody who's thinking about going, think about your type of lifestyle that you have, and then get something that's going to fit that. I mean, I have some nicer watches because I wear a shirt, suit, and tie often on stage when I travel, when I'm speaking, when I'm consulting, and I'm connecting with people. So therefore, it makes a little bit more sense for me to have something like that. Now, if I didn't have that lifestyle, well, then you collect, or if you want to collect, get things that match what it is that fits your life. And then, of course, your budget. Think of your budget. If you're just in the beginnings of it and you're like, I don't have a whole lot of money, get a Seiko, right? Get a nice Seiko. There's tons, and I do mean tons of different types of Seikos that you can get that look great. They last forever. It's like a Japanese car. They last forever, and you can make a good impression, and then you can kind of build from there.
For sure. As far as research, you mentioned our friend Teddy Baldassar. What are other blogs or magazines or YouTube channels do you recommend or that you follow that you think do a good job?
Oh, wow. He's my main one that I follow. There's a couple other, I can't even think of the names of it. This is British guy that he goes on about watches forever.
Is it the Mad Watch Collector?
Mad Watch, yeah. That's what it is. Yeah, he did. Half of it is I like listening to him, and the other is what he actually says about the watches and everything.
And he loves Casios. He's like Mr. Casio, Mr. Digital. He has all kinds of very affordable selections.
Yes. And I think that's good because the everyday man or the everyday woman or person who like, you know what? Yeah, I want a collection. It's like, yes, you can have a collection, and it doesn't have to be, thousands of dollars.
Right.
You can have an awesome collection ranging between $10 to $55 to $100.
Yeah.
Bravo for you. Just be happy with that. I do like listening to, with his arroganceness of it all, Mr. Wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, he just goes on and on about, and you know what I like? I love when Teddy Baldassar and him go at it, and Teddy humbles him to lower level watches. And he's like, this is amazing. You're telling me this is only $500? Yes. Come on down to the rest of the world with the rest of us here. And I think I love the humbleness that he gets with it. And now he's making a lot of sense. And I like listening to him as well.
I agree. I totally agree. Well, we have two final pieces of business here, Steve. One is our lightning round, which is just a very quick A or B kind of popcorn style quiz about you and your preferences. And then I'm going to ask you after that for any final thoughts or parting words of wisdom for our listeners. But are you ready for the lightning round?
Let's do it. Let's go.
Okay. Right. Strap or bracelet?
Strap.
Vintage or modern?
Modern.
One great watch or 5 good ones?
5 good ones. I'm not that busy.
And I think I know your answer to this next one just based on what you shared with me, but buy new or hunt for pre-owned?
Oh, I like new. I'll buy a new one.
Yeah.
I'll buy a new one. Yeah.
And then loud watch or quiet watch?
Quiet. Yeah.
Okay.
Quiet. I mean, I do have some that are ticky, but yeah, quiet watch works better for me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, not volume wise, just design wise.
Oh, design wise. Yeah, quiet. If it's too, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
It's funny.
There you go. Good.
I think I have to change that question because you are not the first guest who's like, I don't like watches that are too loud when you can hear the ticking.
Yeah. I'm a little literal on that. Yeah.
So that's okay. You are not the only one. Okay. Well, Steve, thank you so much. Final thoughts, closing words of wisdom that you would like to leave with our listeners.
Oh, yeah. Just probably similar to what many people have always said. Have fun with this. Again, they all do the same thing. They tell you the time. It is a very simple thing, but, it feels good, even if it's your own personal ego stroke, to have something on your arm that represents you. It could be a rite of passage that you can give to your son or daughter. It could be, hey, you made it at a certain point in your life. It could be a remembrance of someone who is in your past, or it could even, you get it to say, this is setting me up for the future. But for whatever your reason is for getting that watch in your arm, enjoy it. Make sure it is for you. This is a personal indulgence. Enjoy it, have fun with it, and don't empty out all of your bank account to do it. There you go.
All excellent tips. Well, Steve Bollar, thank you so much. You are a mensch and a good human being, and clearly you know your way around a watch box.
Hey, yeah, I have fun with it. So, hey, thank you so much for this. This was great. I've known you for years. Be able to talk to you in this way, this was fun. Thanks so much, Dave.
And that wraps up another episode of Watch Smarts. Listen, if you love this show, if you love watches, subscribe, download, leave us a rating or review on your favorite podcast platform, and check out all the free resources waiting for you at watchsmarts.com.